And like I had said, body modifications. Oh boy, am I rusty here. Body modifications, home surgery. What we're going to do is we're going to give you the opportunity to download these questions off the website www.cbezio.com and go to episode 15, which is right on the left-hand side column, and click on worksheet at the very top of that website, and you can download all 35 questions. You can answer these while we're in the show, and at the end of the show, since myself and my daughter, who have put this show together, are the only ones that absolutely know the answers to all these.
And also you can turn around and you can watch the show and take down the questions or the answers that are right at the end of the show, and then go download the sheet yourself and compare.
And yeah, that's a good idea.
See if you're right or wrong.
So I'm going to have her read the questions and give her opinion on whether or not they're right or wrong, and she's going to write true or false next to them. And then at the end of the show, we're going to give the absolute correct answers, and we're going to see how Jennifer did. So number 1.
All right, show topics, urban legends, true or false. Number 1, body modification or home surgery. Now, what do you mean by body modification or home surgery? How is that an urban legend?
Liposuction.
Somebody decided they were going to do a kidney transplant, and they did it in their garage.
Liposuction.
Liposuction.
Oh,
good idea. They got a heating rod,
right.
stuck it up somewhere.
Humphrey Bogart was the Gerber baby. All right. Killer dressing up as a woman.
Go a little slower. What was that last one?
Killer dressing up as a woman. There's been several killers dressed up as women. All right. Jack Nicholson found out that his mother was actually his grandmother and his sister was his mother after a reporter discovered this. Wait a minute here now. All right.
Sounds so crazy. It just might be true.
Jack Nicholson found out that his mother was actually his grandmother and his sister was his mother after a reporter discovered this. I'd say that was true, meaning that his real mother was very young when she got pregnant, and her mother raised him with his mother. All right. NASA has banned Furby from government offices.
Hey, I didn't make these up. These are actual urban legends.
NSA has banned Furby from government offices. I could say that's true because they are a camera and they are a kind of learning doll toy thing, and they could pick up stuff that's not supposed to be picked up or known to anybody else. Alright. A munchkin in The Wizard of Oz committed suicide and can be seen from the movie Hanging. True.
How could they have done that and not edited it? Okay, what?
You can see it
Do
through the
you
black and
remember Three
white.
Men and a Baby?
Yeah.
And the urban legend?
With the little boy in the window?
Watch that video. Watch it. You will see a little boy in the window. And that is a true urban legend. And it's not on one of these.
Alright. Pee in the pool test. Oh, when you pee
red
in
dye.
the pool and it's supposed to turn red. We
Yeah,
know
if you pee in the
that
pool, it
is
turns red.
false.
You think?
Unless you've got a bladder infection.
Ooh.
Ew.
Alright. One of James
Or you
Bond's
eat beets. Oh.
One of James Bond's girls was a man.
Now that's something we shouldn't talk about on the show.
Are we talking about in a movie or in private? Was it in a movie?
I don't know what they do in private. How would you know what they do in private? It's an urban legend.
One
Is
of
the
James
urban legend
Bond's
true
girls
or false?
was a man. You know,
Just answer the question.
there are some pretty good-looking women dressed as men out there, so I will put, or men dressed as women out there, so I'll put true.
I actually saw one the other day. You know how you can tell, and this is not an urban legend, if a woman's talking to you and your Adam apple is protruding and jiggling at you while you're talking, then you absolutely know.
Patrick Swayze actually made a very good-looking woman in Two Man Shoe.
Yeah, not all men's Adam's apple protrude, but no women's Adam's apples protrude. So if you got a woman talking to you and her Adam's apple is protruding, she either got a very, very serious medical problem with her thyroid or a medical problem somewhere else that she doesn't want you to talk about. Okay, let's go on with urban legends.
All right. Nancy Reagan's limo driver left her at a gas station while Ronald was president. I don't see how that's an urban legend.
A lot of people have talked about it, that Nancy Reagan was left at a gas station. She got out of the limo, she went in to get herself a Pepsi, and the limo driver, who had filled up gas, took off after she had filled up gas, forgot that Nancy Reagan was in getting soda. That's the urban legend. True or false?
I have to give that a false. Witch burned at the stake in Salem. Well, that's definitely a truth. Scared to death in a cemetery at a statue.
Okay, the urban legend is that they are friends get together and they scare somebody and then dare them to go into the cemetery and sleep at the foot of the statue. And the next morning when they come, they find their friend dead. They've been scared to death because the statue came to life. That's the urban legend.
Well, I could see that being true.
Someone getting scared
where
to
somebody
death
could
in
be
a cemetery?
scared to death, yes. Alright. Caesar salad was named after Julius Caesar. I don't think so.
He was July. Julius Caesar.
False. Alright. Flesh-eating bacteria has been found on imported fruit.
Are you telling me this, or are you telling me that's an urban legend? Is that
I'm
news?
just reading it off the paper here. Flesh-eating bacteria has been found on imported fruit.
Breaking news.
Well, this is an urban legend because people have been afraid to eat imported fruit and vegetables and things because of the
I'm afraid to
pesticides
eat
and
anything
things that
imported.
they use.
I stay within my
So I would say this is true. All right. Fidel Castro was an actor and was in a movie called Holiday in Mexico. Why not? If we can have a president that's an actor, we can have...
Going on with a little more with that urban legend, he was a actor in many movies in Hollywood. If you want to continue on with that
Well, so
urban
was Ronald
legend.
Reagan.
I'm not saying it's true or false. I'm just pointing out one of the urban legends was this movie in Holiday in Mexico with Fidel Castro. And if those who don't know who Fidel Castro is, he is or was the former communist dictator of Cuba. Now Raul has stepped into his place, which is Fidel Castro's brother. But we'll get out of politics and go back to urban legends.
Death by vending machines. Now, are we talking about...
Trans fats! Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Are we talking about being Are we talking about being like electrocuted or like wrenching your hand in?
Okay, the
having
urban
your hand
legend...
cut off or...
No, the urban legend is actually that the vending machines are top heavy when fully loaded, and people have gotten upset because the machine hasn't worked properly and has shaken it, and the machine has fallen down on top of them and killed them. Is that true or false?
I'd give that a false. Alright. Killers hiding under a car and slashing the heels of victims. That's true. Once you realize the body's anatomy and that a person cannot walk if their Achilles heel is no longer attached, they're a sitting duck.